We made this.
Hey, Japan on Film listeners. If you've been following Japan on Film on social media, then you've probably been waiting for this announcement. And if you haven't, then you might be surprised to see me pop up again in your podcast feed. Last year, I told you that I was putting the podcast on an indefinite hiatus because I was just too busy to keep it going. With 2 kids, multiple jobs, and being on the other side of the world from most of my guests, finding time to host a niche podcast like this was too difficult. But I'm happy to say that I've managed to balance things out a little bit. And I've missed doing this podcast, to be honest with you. So I've decided I'm going to be bringing it back. So I'm happy to announce that Japan on Film will be officially returning with season 9 in May. Now, I had originally hoped for April, but we've had some scheduling difficulties crop up. So now I've decided May is a much more realistic goal. There are still 2 episodes left to record, and I've been trying to work out scheduling with those guests. But eight episodes have already been recorded, and some of them are edited and actually ready for release. This season, I've got a nice mix of returning and new guests coming on. And as is typical with this show, we've got a really interesting selection of movies to spotlight this season. In fact, I've gotten so many guests interested that I even have most of season 10 mapped out as well. So you're going to get at least 2 additional seasons of Japan on Film. More than likely more than that. But here's what you can expect to hear us discuss in this season. So we'll be starting off with The Great Yokai War, directed by Takashi Miike. After that, we've got some classic cinema. First with Kinji Fukasaku's Battles Without Honor and Humanity, followed up by Akira Kurosawa's Kagemusha. Next up is going to be Afterlife, which is the film that introduced me to Hirokazu Koreeda. And from there, we'll have 2 classic anime entries. First will be Castle in the Sky, followed by Akira. Then we'll have what is probably the most famous Juzo Itami film, Tampopo. And the last episode that we've recorded so far is going to be covering My Friend A. Now, as I said, there are still 2 additional episodes planned, but if we have to reschedule them, or if we have to swap out with some alternates from next season, for that reason, I don't want to get your hopes up by announcing those titles. So you'll be getting a total of 10 episodes this season. 8 of them already told you what to expect, and you'll be getting 2 other ones, and we'll see what those end up being. I'd also like to announce that we have a new home. From now on, Japan on Film will be partnering with the We Made This podcast network. This is going to help us find both new guests to come on the show for more perspectives, and also open us up to a wider audience. We Made This also has a community Discord, which is what I'll be shifting focus to. So if you were previously part of the Facebook group, I hope you'll join us on Discord. We unfortunately had a huge problem with bots on the Facebook group, and that problem will be alleviated once we move to Discord. Please check out the show notes for a link to the Discord to join, and I hope to see you there. Now, it's the end of March when I'm recording this, so we've still got some time before the episodes start dropping. But the important thing is that Japan on Film is back. I hope you've missed the show as much as I've missed doing it. And as always, you can reach me through japanonfilm.com or on Twitter and Instagram, both of those still at Japan on Film. And now I'll also be on Discord as well. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your support, and I will see you in May. For watching this episode of Japan on Film. For more of our videos, just hit the subscribe button.